Timothy Adegoke's case has finally taken on a new twist. This time around, fingers have been pointed at the new suspect. And you will not believe who these new suspects are. So the last time we talked about this case, we talked about how Mr. Raman's son, Rahim Adegoke, was the one who gave the orders to bury the body of Mr. Timothy Adegoke. And although he has not been arrested or declared wanted by the Osun State Police Department, there is a new allegation that might explain why the police have been acting very sketchy throughout this case, which might explain why they have been showing preferential treatment to Chief Raman. So this new allegation is claiming that the police themselves were the ones who gave the orders to the Department of Public Health in Osun State to bury Mr. Timothy's body. You would think this allegation is coming from the lawyers of Timothy Adegoke, saying that they are the ones who have been calling the police out for their bias since the onset of this case. Ironically, this allegation was pointed out by Chief Raman's lawyers. The same Chief Raman that the police have been protecting, giving special treatment, sneaking out of the prison to go into his house to have, luxury, deceiving people that he is in their custody. The same Chief Raman whose son that the police have not declared wanted, despite the fact that the hotel employees have mentioned his name as the one who gave the orders to have his body taken out of the hotel. It is that same Chief Raman that is accusing the police of being the one who gave the go-ahead and clearance for Timothy's body to be buried secretly without informing his family. And you might be wondering, why would the lawyers want to throw the police under the bus like that, saying that the police have been on their side from the very beginning? Well, at this point, or should I say before the allegations came out, Nigerian state capital Abuja has taken control of that case. The family of Timothy have cried so loud that it attracted the state capital, which prompted them to take on the case. So right now the case is beyond the Osun State Police Department. It's no longer in their power. And so it is now safe for Mr. Raman and his lawyers to throw them under the bus. So I hope that is clear. I hope you guys understand the reason why the lawyers are pointing out this accusation against the police and the Department of Public Health, which is under the local government of Osun State. Which means that the government of Osun State were the ones who buried that man. Don't forget, this is just an allegation. Even though I believe that there is some substance to it, for the fact that it's coming from Chief Raman's lawyer, there is a whole truth to it. That is why I believe this allegation. And maybe that is why the police have been nice to him, because they too were involved. Another reason why I believe this allegation is the fact that when the hotel workers were arrested and questioned, it did not take long before they pointed out where Timothy's body was buried. However, when the information came to us that Timothy's body has been found buried in a shallow grave, what the police did not tell us is who buried him. We just assumed it was the hotel workers. None of them actually confessed to being the ones who buried him. Even at the time, I knew it was sketchy, because even if they tell us who buried him, at least someone should tell us who killed him. But all those information were skipped. It was like skipping the steps and just going straight to the body. So how did the body get there? We did not know this. The Osun State Police did not tell us how any of this happened. The only thing they kept doing was, denying rumors, but not giving an actual story. So that potholes they've been ignoring since, all those potholes that they were skipping, is finally making sense with these allegations that they are the ones who gave the orders. So currently with the case in Abuja, the lawyers of Chief Raman are panicking. And that is why they are calling out the police. So this is a case of, if I go down, we are all going down together. Or if I go down, I'm taking you down with me. This is actually what it is right now. So Chief Raman's lawyers have called for the police, that is the ones in Abuja, to look into that allegation. Because at this point, he's going to try all he can to save his client, even if it means telling the truth and throwing the police under the bus. But these are some details that you should put in mind. For this allegation to be investigated, the Osun State Police would have to figure out which branch and which one of them gave the clearance for Timothy's body to be buried. Because at this point, they can't all go down. They have to fish out the person amongst them that gave that order. At the same time, the Department of Public Health in the local government there in Osun State would have to figure out which one of them gave the call to request for clearance to bury this man without his family's permission. So we will just have to wait and see. Also remember that this is just the who buried him saga. Timothy's autopsy result is still not yet out. And when that one come out and it turns out that he was killed by a third party or a second person, contrary to the claims that he might have died naturally, if it turns out that someone killed him or something killed him, that would be an entire drama on its own. A different argument entirely. So right now we are just trying to find out who buried him and who put him there, who gave the orders, who gave the clearance, and if indeed the police are truly involved. So that is where we are now. We have not even gotten to the actual point of this case, which is how did he die and who killed him. So another update is that the Osun State government has offered to grant scholarship to 2 of Timothy's children. Now, I don't know if this is a good news. I don't think it is. So the woman and her husband had 3 children, but the government only wants to sponsor 2. So who's going to sponsor the 3rd one? What about Timothy's parents that he was looking after? Who is going to look after them now? What about Timothy's sisters that he was taking care of, because they were all dependent on him? He was the breadwinner of the family, of himself and the girl's family too. So who is going to look after those ones? Who is going to take care of those ones? And besides, the government has been mentioned in this allegation. Their local government, that is the Department of Public Health, has been mentioned as the people who requested for clearance to bury Timothy's body. If that allegation is true, I would not advise this woman to take this offer, because it's the same people, it's the same government. If I were her, I would wait for the investigation to be concluded. If the Department of Health actually did what they did, I am going to sue the entire Osun State for their next year budget. In fact, for 2 years budget, everyone in Osun State should go and farm, because their entire budget is going to go into this woman's bank account. And every school fees that goes into Adegoke's schools would be transferred into this woman's bank account. It's just ridiculous for them to offer scholarships to just 2 of the children. What is that? What is that? This man was doing master's degree. With that master's degree, he would have been able to take care of all his children and family. And yet the government wants to just sponsor 2 and let the other one go and hawk plantain or what? Like, what is the other one supposed to do? We will actually follow this case. I'm glad the way this case is progressing, and I'm just happy with the way it's going. Now that the case is no longer in the Osun State Police Department, I feel like I can trust the Abuja police, even though they too, they have their own knot in their head. We will be watching. Alright, so let me know what you guys think about these new allegations. Do you think it holds water? Do you actually think the police had a hand in it? And also let me know what you think about the government trying to sponsor 2 of Timothy's children. Do you think she should take on that offer, or she should wait and see if she could actually sue the entire state?